Welcome to the April 25th, 2023 City of Broussard Council meeting. Please remember to adjust your microphones and speak into them so you can be heard clearly on our broadcast for the viewers at home. If anyone from the audience would like to make a comment on an item listed on the agenda, please fill out a blue card located at the back of the room and turn it into our city clerk. Each speaker will be given a maximum of 5 minutes. Please rise for the pledge. I'd like to invite Pastor Adam Whitney from First Baptist Church of Broussard to lead us in our prayer. And I ask that we please remember Mayor Johnny Thibodeau from the town of Dusson on a speedy recovery from his illness. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor. Item 2.1, acceptance of the minutes of the April 11th, 2023 meeting. Do we have a motion to accept?
I move.
Second.
The minutes were supplied in the council's packet. Tina,
No public comments.
council discussion?
Question.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yay.
Motion approved.
Item 3.1, approval of the March 2023 financial report. Do we have a motion to approve?
I move.
Our presenter tonight is our CFO, Karen Fontenot. Welcome, Karen.
Good evening, everyone. The March financials are in your packet. With the close of March, this closes out the third quarter in our fiscal year. It is almost budget time. Oh my God, it's already that time of year. Just to give everybody an update of where we are on the revenue side, our most recent sales tax figures were slightly lower than they had been. They came in about 4% over budget. We had been running 20 to 25% at some point during the year. It was still over budget. So it brought our overall average down to about 13% over budget as of right now. Still in a great position. That payment this time last year, this payment was 10% lower than last year, but it was 2% higher than the year before. But the budget target is the number we need to hit, so that's what we look for. On the expenditure side, we have 4 departments that are running substantially over budget. And just to kind of give you a breakdown monetarily of what that means, in the general fund, it's an impact of about $400,000. In the utility fund, it's about $381,000. That's not to say that that's a deficit. There's a lot of other numbers that go into that, but monetarily, that's the dollar value that those departments are running over. Does anyone have any questions about any of the other content?
Tina,
No public comments.
council discussion?
Question.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yay.
District 1?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Item 4.1, a presentation by Susanna Martin with LOPA, Making Life Happen National Donor Month. Welcome, Susanna.
Thank you so much, Mayor Bork, and thank you all. I see so many familiar faces, and I think some of you are probably thinking, man, April is not over yet, and this girl is back. I just want to kind of give an update. The city of Broussard has been so incredible in support of LOPA and our donor families and our recipients in National Donate Life Month. Many of you do know that April is National Donate Life Month, raising awareness for organ, tissue, and eye donation. And for anybody here that does not know, LOPA is the Louisiana Organ Procurement Agency. We facilitate organ and tissue recovery in every hospital throughout the state of Louisiana. Just a few figures, numbers, just to kind of help everybody understand the importance of what we do. There are over 100,000 people in the United States who need a life-saving organ transplant right now. 2,000 of those people are Louisiana residents. And so we work really hard to try to get the information out there about organ and tissue donation and the importance of it and the lives that it saves. I want to say a huge thank you to the city. You did the flag raising on April 4th. It garnered a lot of media, a lot of, traction on social media, and was a great opportunity for us to raise awareness for donation. This past Saturday, we had our Path of Remembrance at St. Julian Park. I can't say enough good things about it. It was a perfect day. It was beautiful. I try to remind people this was a gathering of donor families, all families who have lost a son, a daughter, a brother, a sister, a husband, a wife, friend, family member. But it wasn't a sad day. It was a day that they could come and celebrate their life and smile. And so we released butterflies. You can see the picture kind of at the top there. Every family got to release a butterfly in honor of their hero. And then Carter Bertrand on the far left side in that middle row, he is actually a liver recipient, and he is from the Acadiana area. He was there as well. Many of you may know Brian Baumgardner. He is also a donor dad, and that's him hanging his flag. So it was just a beautiful day. Your park staff was wonderful. I'm kind of jealous y'all got Miss Susie over here because she helped me a lot last year. But anyway, we love everybody that we work with and the opportunities that you provide us, Mayor Borg. So thank you so much for all that you've done.
Thank you, Suzanne, and we're proud to be partnering with you. You do all the heavy lifting. I mean, we're just supplying the space and support, but, I think it's prudent for us. It's the right thing to do to help get the word out. Because when you hear the families of donor heroes or recipients tell stories, I mean,
Right.
you can't help but feel it in your heart and try to, we're proud to do what we can to help you be successful in getting the word out and making people aware of the opportunities.
Well, and
So,
y'all provided a beautiful location for them to be able to come together and just, and be, be happy. I don't want to say happy, but just in celebration of their heroes and at peace,
Sure,
So
sure.
thank y'all so much. Thank you.
If anyone doesn't know, the LOPA flag flies
Yes.
at St. Julian Park for the month of April every year. And, of course, we have intentions of continuing that with you. So thank you.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you. I'm supposed to introduce somebody. I didn't know she was going to be here. Miss Heather Broussard, and I know you'll probably have something official to say, but she and her husband Adam and their boys, they are actually one of our donor families. So she's going to be speaking today about her hero, who is one of our beautiful donors. So Miss Heather Broussard.
That's a wonderful segue into our next item. Miss Heather Broussard with Maisie's Mission, Water Safety Awareness, and her husband. Please welcome and take the floor.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, council and leaders for having our family here tonight. That was definitely a sweet surprise. I mean, this was all God's timing. We couldn't have planned this any better because we had the pleasure of being out at the park on Saturday, and it was an absolutely beautiful day to honor Maisie and some of the other donor heroes. Sunday is also our daughter Maisie's birthday. So super special week. And again, we thank you for having us. Our family lives in Broussard and our boys go to school here. We are very passionate about this community. We moved here from North Louisiana about almost 12 years ago. And we knew this area was the perfect place to raise our family, and we've loved it. In 2020, our third child, we have our two boys with us, and our third was Maisie, and she was 17 months. In October 2020, we lost her at a drowning at our home, and It was something obviously no one's ever prepared for. It was very tragic. But, you know, here we are now in 2023 and we've gone through counseling and everything just to be able to stand before you right now. We knew pretty much immediately that our state is lacking when it comes to resources with water safety, awareness, and drowning prevention efforts. During that time frame, which of course that was in the middle of a pandemic, there was a significant increase in our state. Louisiana had a 60% increase, in fact, in the drowning rates of children from 1 to 14. We were ranked number 4th nationwide. Our family was one of those statistics, and we already knew that we are surrounded by water everywhere here. Of course, we had a pool, but drownings happen anywhere in as little as 1 inch of water. We've learned a lot, but we still have a long ways to go. We started a nonprofit that we call Maisie's Mission, and that is our focus. It's water safety awareness and educating the community. And ultimately, the goal is just to save lives of children. You know, if we can just spark conversations for parents to be more educated on what to do, what not to do around water. And this doesn't just go for children. We've talked to adults that they will admit they don't know how to swim. So it's something that's important. It starts with swim lessons, but one thing we are grateful for today is we had a meeting with Mayor Bort and Kylie and David, and with our ponds that we have around, especially at the complex, which is absolutely beautiful. We spend so much time there as a family. You know, there are ponds, and of course, not just there, again, they're everywhere, but we want to make sure that parents, when they see that their focus is on their children. If it's a highly trafficked area, to not be distracted, because it is so easy to be distracted. You know, if you're watching a child's game, let's say it's an older sibling, the little one could easily wander off, and they're just naturally drawn to water. They're curious and they're quick. So we were grateful to have the support and immediate receptivity to come up with signage that will be placed around the ponds at the complex. And we are so grateful for that. Our hope is that, again, it starts conversations, it helps people be more aware, and then the little QR code, which is also on our brochures that we'll be happy to leave behind. It brings them to our website where they can learn more about water safety tips. And again, we just hope as a community, we're as safe as possible. And again, we thank you.
We do have a sample of the sign tonight, so these will be placed around St. Julian Park. So if you're still here at the end of the meeting, I'll ask the council to join us all and maybe take a picture, and we can help, you know, awareness by doing some social media posting. And then when we can get them around the park, we'll try to coordinate that with you and do it again. And we can also make this sign available maybe for some of the HOAs that have ponds, and we can work with you to try to,
Wonderful.
you know, elevate the awareness. But, you know, thank you for sharing your story with us. We're happy that you're here tonight to kind of help us we could not tell it anywhere near at the level you're telling it, but we're happy to partner with you on that and help the mission.
Thank you. We appreciate it very
Thank
much.
you. Item 4.3, correction, the name is Castle, not Castile, Castle 2020 LLC, condemnation of property located at 508 Avenue C. Do we have a motion to condemn?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
So we have our presenters tonight is our building inspector, Mr. Rodney Richard, and also Ben Terrio is here. Mr. Richard has supplied a report for the council in their packet on the condition of the house.
Yes, sir. I guess y'all all have a copy of my report. The main thing that I want to bring up is I did speak with Mr. Dan Borg. He wants to purchase a property, and we'll close on this piece of property around May the 30th of 2023, this coming month. After talking to him, I think I have him convinced, and I asked him to show up tonight. I'm not sure if he's here or not. But, I feel like the house is beyond repair. It has some serious structural damage. The studs are rotting. You can see a lot of issues through the windows. So I think they would like to purchase the property and have an additional 6 weeks to demolish the home. And that should put it being completed, demolished around July the 15th. I would like to hear what she has to say.
And please state your name for the record.
My name's Noelle Jones. I am Dan Bork's fiance. We actually own more properties behind that we are clearing up. He asked that y'all give us 4 to 6 weeks to start demolition and 4 to 6 weeks to complete it. We do have construction in our family, so we have another company that's willing to help us in the family to tear it down.
Okay, so the intent is that
We're purchasing
you
the
would purchase
property
the property
on May 30th. The sale will be complete.
and the house would be
It will be
demolished
torn
and
down,
you'll
yes, sir.
repurpose the lot.
Yes, sir.
Understood. That all really seems fine. I mean, just from the point of view from the city, the purpose of the city is to have the house removed. So if we, I'm sharing this with the council, who will ultimately make this decision. The condemnation will be on the property. So no matter who owns the property, Gerald and I have had this discussion, the condemnation is tied to the property. So with the agreement that it's going to be torn down, it suits the purpose of the city. It's up to you guys to determine the timeline you're comfortable with. I think what's being presented tonight is reasonable. Normally, we go with 30 days. But from the city's perspective, I know there's a buy-sell agreement. Anything could happen. Maybe it doesn't sell. Maybe it does sell. Hopefully, everything goes as you've described it.
Yes, sir.
But the condemnation allows the city the ability to take action no matter what happens. If you are all comfortable with an extended timeline to help, to meet the request of Mr. Dan and Ms. Noel, then we can certainly accommodate that from City Hall's side.
I will say this is in my district. I do agree the house needs to go, but I'm also willing to work with y'all because I know that's his parents' house.
Yes.
It's
Well, we
family
bought
property.
517
That was.
Yola, South Yola as well.
Mhm.
We cleaned that property up. We tore down the trees. We're cleaning all of it up right now. We're getting the rest of the tree line down on the other side of the house. And we will be refacing our building on 511. So we will be cleaning everything up. We just asked for a little time.
Okay, and that's from the closing date, May 30th.
May 30th, yes.
So after May 3rd, could you just repeat the timeline you requested for so there's no misunderstanding?
He asked me to ask y'all for 4 to 6 weeks to start demolition. And then from the start, 4 to 6 weeks after, and Mr. Richard has July 15th would be that time period.
Would be the end of that timeline
He would have it demolished
by July
July
15th.
15th.
by July 15th. You know,
Okay.
you'll take it to weather, of course.
If the council is comfortable with that timeline, we can certainly work with that and keep track of it from the city hall, side. So we would need a motion to extend the timeline to condemn with that timeline of July 15th being as the end date of demolition.
I think that you could move on the demolition. I
Yes.
mean, on the condemnation part of it, with the proviso that demolition must be completed by July 15th, and in default of that, the city will undertake demolition.
Okay.
I make a motion to move to condemn with demolition being done by July 15th, 2023.
Yeah.
Thank you. And we appreciate the work you're doing to clean up the property and the surrounding properties. Thank you for that. We need a call for the vote, call for the question.
Question.
District 3,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yay.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Ordinances for introduction. Item 5.1, ordinance number 23-767. An ordinance amending the 2022-2023 operating budget of revenues and expenditures to increase authorized expenditures by $225,000 for Lake Talon Road water wells. Do we have a motion to introduce?
I move. Second.
So this particular item, I can give an explanation on it. We've been working with the company that exists in the Lake Talon Road area. They have a use for, water for industrial equipment, which is different than, potable water, which is what we generally supply because of the large, boilers they have there. So we've worked with them. Councilman Delahoussie's been involved with this project, putting two smaller wells that can supply water to those boilers is in their best interest and the cities, after we worked with our city engineer Mel and the well companies. This would be metered water. They would be buying the water, but our treatment is different than potable water. So it gives us a straight supply to them. It lets them operate their boilers at a little more efficiency, and it sort of solves a few problems we're having with getting the volume of water that they need. Tina,
No public comments.
council discussion?
Question.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yay.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
motion approved.
Ordinances for adoption. Item 6.1, ordinance number 23-765. An ordinance amending the 2022-2023 operating budget and revenues and expenditures to increase authorized expenditures for $40,700 for safety barricades on South Bernard Road. Do we have a motion to adopt?
I move.
Second.
This item appeared at the last council meeting. We do have two blue cards. Mr. Rob Bunch would like to speak on this item. Welcome, Mr. Rob.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for allowing me to come and speak to the council regarding this matter. Mr. Reagan, I know last week you were not here, but a car on January 12th ended up in the backyard or in the back of my home. And so I just wanted to come and reiterate the need for this safety measure. Unfortunately, Mr. Delahoussaye brought a question to bear for everyone, and he's not here, but I wanted to take an opportunity to address his question of, well, what about every other neighborhood within the city of Broussard? Well, this isn't every other neighborhood, every other street within Broussard. This is the third time a car left the roadway since Bernard Road had been open. The second car in as little as a week, and that second car ended up in the back of my home. I think it's a trivial amount of money, the $40,000 ask, as it pertains to my personal loss, which is right now hovering around $60,000, 65 give or take. The person that did the damage didn't have insurance. Go figure. So when you calculate personal loss versus city expenditure, it's a drop in the bucket. You factor in the fact that someone could have been killed, then you can't put a price on someone's life. Furthermore, it was proposed at the last meeting that there's a new city sidewalk project. And so the sidewalk that runs behind my home is now going to be terminated. And had the dirt not been addressed the way it was beyond construction, this probably wouldn't have happened anyway. So I just want to, again, ask the council to do the right thing, approve this ordinance or approve this measure, and allow us to have some level of safety. This is not only is going to affect my home, but there's about another 10 homes within our neighborhood that this is going to directly impact. So again, I would ask for y'all's sincerest consideration and vote yes for this. And thank you for y'all's time.
We have another blue card, Miss Ashley Landry. Welcome, Ashley.
Hi, I'm Ashley Landry. I spoke last time as well. So my house is one of the houses that is along this road. So basically, we're just asking for y'all to vote because of there's two serious accidents within 1 week on this road. We ask that you keep this in consideration. The accidents happened because of speeding, and they're speeding at all hours, and it is 60+ miles an hour at least. You can hear the cars passing. So thankfully, no one was seriously injured, but unfortunately, my neighbor is dealing with a huge headache because of this. But I ask that we don't wait until somebody is hurt to react, that we just pass it now. I'm asking this to protect my family as well as my neighbors. I just don't want anybody to get hurt. Police patrolling can only do so much. They can't be there 24 hours a day. I don't expect them to. $40,000 isn't that much, probably a salary. It's not excessive, especially when we were talking about $190,000 of sidewalk right after that as well. So I just ask that you vote for the rails. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ashley. That was the last blue card for public comment that I had. A council discussion on the item?
Well, I could talk about the positive side of it all day long if you want. But I mean, this is a kind of a no-brainer. It's protect life and property. For my new insurance policy that we only have to buy one time. We don't have to renew it. Once it's there, it's there. If they run into it, whoever runs into it, they'll fix it. But, I mean, I could go on, but, I'm in favor of it myself. Always has been.
Question. District 6,
Yay.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
motion approved.
That was the last item on our agenda tonight. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you being here, and please drive safely. Meeting adjourned.